I have retrieved historical income statement and balance sheet data for Tesscow for the last 10 years from FAME. I've collected this data in the Raw Historical Data tab. If we look within this worksheet, we will find the income statements for the company for the past 10 years and the balance sheets for the company for the last 10 years. In addition, I have stored the dividends paid by the company from the statement of changes in equity. We will need this data for the valuation model. A few things to point out. Firstly, we can see that the data is denominated in British pounds and it is denominated in thousands. Therefore, all of the figures throughout the model and the final valuation amount will be in thousands of pounds. I have tidied up the FAME data by deleting unnecessary sub-accounts and subtotals. I've also made sure that the totals in the income statement add up, and that the balance sheets balance. In other words, the total assets listed in the balance sheet equal the total liabilities plus the total equity. This is necessary to make sure that we don't double count or exclude any line items when preparing the integrated financial statements. It is also important to point out that FAME has some outdated standardized account titles. For example, extraordinary items. Under international accounting rules, we should no longer have an account in the income statement called extraordinary items. In addition, FAME refers to non-controlling interest by the old title, minority interests. We can see the minority interest income statement account, and if we look at the balance sheet, we can see the non-controlling interest balance sheet account, which is called balance sheet minorities. This leads me to my next point. FAME stores the non-controlling interest or balance sheet minorities account under liabilities. This account is an equity account, and so I moved it from liabilities to equity. I also had to change the signs on the account in line with my next point. The next important point is to notice that FAME stores liability accounts as negative figures, but it stores equity accounts as positive figures. This will create some complexities throughout the model, and we have to be very careful with the sign that we use when referring to liability and equity accounts later on. In the next step, we will prepare integrated financial statements. We can see that the historical data includes many line items. We don't need this level of detail to perform the valuation. Next, we will condense the line items to prepare the integrated financial statements.